Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly tarot and astrology reading for the week of June 29th to the July 5th. And we usually do a weekly forecast because we want to see how moon is affecting our emotions throughout the week, right? Because then only because the moon we react how we react through the week, because the moon is only the planet that moves and transits every 2.5 to 3 days and is responsible for our feelings, how we feel. And when moon is in certain positions, that would trigger anger, love, empathy, and all that good stuff, right? So that's why we look at the weekly astrology as to where moon's transiting, and we then do the forecast of how you may be feeling this week and what are the possible impacts when moon transits into certain houses with the other planets already being in there. Okay, so let's take a look at what the tarot has to say first. So let's get the tarot inside. These cards are already premeditated and shuffled. As you already know, we'll pull 3 rows, the first row being the one for finances, your money. The second would be your work, career, business, profession. Then the last one here would be love, marriage, relationship, romance, and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's get started. And we've got the 10 of Wands for the overall energy in money. What you need to know is the Page of Wands. The outcome or the end result here is the Eight of Pentacles. For job, career, business, we've got Temperance. The Moon in what you need to know position. Wow. The Emperor. A lot of fire energy so far. Queen of Cups. In your love position for general energy. King of Wands. In what you need to know position. And we've got the Four of Cups. So this card has a lot of fire energy, a bit of water, and very tiny bit of earth energy. Okay, by the looks of the card so far. Let's take a look here what it all means. Okay, starting with the 10 of Wands here, being the general energy for your money and finances. This would mean that there is a burden, financial responsibility, that you may be feeling overwhelmed by the weight of these responsibilities, and you may need to delegate, or you need to ask for help. Okay, because you might be feeling at this point that you want to be free from these financial burden, and you're seeking the freedom, financial freedom, right? There could be some financial strain as well at this point. You might be in some kind of financial hardship, what it means here. But look at this. Always be hopeful, Gemini. There is a new opportunity with the Page of Wands. A financial opportunity. A creative project, maybe. And you're the one who would be embracing this new opportunity with passion, because maybe it's something that you always wanted to do. You need to explore and discover this opportunity here because you're going to be embarking on a new journey of self-discovery and personal growth with this. And look at this confirmation here. It says 8 of Pentacles, which means that you are actually building the skill that it requires this opportunity, and you're committed to master your skills here. You're building the skill and you're dedicating yourself and becoming an expert in your field here. And then we have Temperance in your work energies position, which means that you are quite adaptable and flexible at your workplace with everything that comes your way. And at work, I think there's balance, there's peace, patience. The work atmosphere seems to be very nice, and there's harmony and serenity. And you find balance and harmony in the area of work when you're at workplace. And you need to moderate your behavior or find a middle ground here, because we've got the moon here as what you need to know position. And what it means is there's an illusion or you may be imagining the outcome with all the hard work that you've been putting in with being so adaptive and flexible at work, for always being ready whatever comes your way, because you think the outcome would be certain, but it's your imagination, and that could be an illusion here. And with the moon card, I think you have those hidden fears or emotions somewhere deep inside. You know that the outcome could not be the outcome that you've been expecting it to be. So those hidden fears and emotions need to merge and to be brought to the surface and addressed. And that way maybe you will have the outcome you want, because the end result in the outcome card we've got the Emperor. And this means that you're a great leader and that you have the power. So when you take charge of your life and establish the order and stability, you have the power and authority to make things happen. But when you once you bring those hidden fears and emotions to the surface and address them, maybe this illusion that maybe the fears or emotions that you have around the outcome may be the illusion. And when you bring them to surface and address them, you know that those are just the thoughts. But when you step into your reality here, the Emperor, you've got the power. You're a great leader, and you have the authority to make things happen here. Right? And then we've got the Queen of Cups in the love position here. Very empathetic, emotional. There's emotional maturity, nurturing, a lot of empathy. So currently you could be in a situation where you are very, very empathetic to people generally around you, including your loved one, because you know that this empathy thing is working along the way. So you are being empathetic to all, and you're emotional intelligent at this point with that empathy, and you have a deep understanding of your own emotions and those of others as well. And you are a compassionate and nurturing presence for everyone around you, including your loved ones. Right? But what you need to know is that you're the King of Wands. And that means that King of Wands is ambition and determination, leadership, big picture, daring decision, boldness. So it's great to be empathetic and everything, but you need to make sure that you know who you are. You're a visionary leader, right? Leadership and vision is what you're known of. You are confident, charismatic, and capable of inspiring others to follow your lead. Right? It's great to be this, but you need to know that you are this. The king, the confident, you're charismatic, and you inspire people. And people are impressed by you. And they're influenced by you as well. So they would do anything to and will take your lead. You just got to say the word. And everything what's going around at the moment, you could be feeling quite bored with this Four of Cups is what it tells me here. Whatever is the situation, it's not so comforting. And you may be feeling unfulfilled with the current situation, and you basically are in need of a change. So go take a trip somewhere over the weekend. Just drive yourself out of the city and go somewhere scenic. Have those couple days to you and yourself and your partner, and I'm pretty sure that you'll feel a lot better. You could also start hitting a gym, very much on the cards. You could shape yourself up, look the way you want, you always wanted to look, and people will be inspired as well, following your lead. Now, let's take a look at what the astrology has got to tell us here. So, the moon is transiting on June 29th, and it's going to be in your 12th house until the 30th of June, and that's going to be in Taurus. Then again on July 1st, it'll move into Gemini in your first house and be there until the 2nd, and then again it'll transit through on July 3rd in Cancer and will be there until July 5th. When the moon is in your 12th house of subconscious isolation release, the week starts introspective. You may feel a need to rest, reflect, or emotionally withdraw. Dreams and intuition are heightened, and don't ignore your gut feelings. When the moon is in your first house, self-identity, vitality. So midweek will bring a burst of emotional clarity and energy. You're more expressive, visible, and emotionally engaged. Good time for initiating personal image related changes. When the moon is in your second house of money, values, and self-worth, the weekend is all about financing and grounding. Your emotional focus shifts toward earning, spending, and self-worth. You may reflect on what truly matters to you. Okay? And other planetary influences. So while moon is in these houses, there are other planets also there. So the moon on June 29th and the 30th is in conjunct with Jupiter, which would mean that strong spiritual insight, but also possible overindulgence or escapism. The moon is trine Pluto in Capricorn on June 29th and the 30th. So emotional release or inner healing is supported, especially around old fears or past burdens. And with the moon as well. And then the moon will go into your first house on July 1st and the 2nd when it's conjunct with Venus and Mercury. So you're charming, magnetic, and mentally sharp. Perfect days for self-expression, public speaking, or launching content. At the same time, moon is also square Saturn in Pisces, your 10th house. A challenge with authority or self-doubt in career may arise. Push through procrastination and don't overthink. Okay, so again, talking about this moon with doubt in your career may arise. Moon in Cancer, your second house. on July 3rd and until the 5th is trine Neptune in Pisces. So emotional intuition can help you make smart financial decisions. And at the same time, it's opposing Pluto, so a power struggle or emotional intensity over money or values is possible. Financial outlook, let's take a look at the pros, because July 3rd to the 5th is your key financial window this week as the moon transits your second house, which is wealth, prosperity, and all that good stuff, work. So the pros are, with Neptune trine the moon, you may receive intuitive nudges that guide wise spending or saving. Potential emotional or spiritual reward, that self-worth alignment. Cons here is moon is opposition to Pluto, may bring sudden financial pressure or controlling figure or an emotional trigger related to money or material attachment. I would advise to avoid impulsive spending or making emotionally driven financial decisions. Reflect on long-term value, not short-term gratification. Around June 29th and the 30th, something may come to light in your subconscious or through dreams. This is a great time for journaling, therapy, or release rituals. On July 1st and the 2nd, it's a personal rebirth with Moon, Venus, Mercury in your sign. You may feel the urge to revamp your look, speak your truth, or make a bold announcement. However, don't let Saturn's shadow trigger insecurities. Believe in your worth. Financial trigger or power play, that is on July 3rd to the 5th. You may face a decision or confrontation around money, values, or material attachments. Watch for controlling behavior from others or within yourself. Health note, with 12th house and 2nd house activation, sleep and digestion may be sensitive. Stay hydrated and avoid emotional eating. Spiritual downloads, strong around June 29th and the 30th and July 4th and 5th. Pay attention to recurring signs or dreams that may carry intuitive messages. This is a transformative week for Gemini, beginning in deep reflection and ending in empowered self-worth. Your identity, finances, and communication are all activated, but you'll need to navigate some emotional undercurrents and power dynamics. Trust your intuition and ground your actions in clarity, not emotional reactivity. Okay, Gemini, so that wraps your cosmic map for the week. If something stirred your soul, sparked a thought, or just felt so, don't forget to hit that like button to send the energy back into the universe. I'd love to hear how this week is unfolding for you. Drop your sun, moon, or rising sign in the comments and share what resonated most. And if you're new here, don't leave without hitting subscribe. We're building a space where astrology meets purpose, and every week you'll get the clarity and guidance to your own truth. Until next time, keep speaking your truth, Gemini, and follow your inner compass. Jai Shri Ram.